Zucchini noodles are a low-carb alternative to regular noodles, and not only do they taste delicious, but they are a fantastic way to get more veggies into your diet. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And remember, if you love this recipe, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Let's get started. All right, guys, let's review all the ingredients needed for this recipe. Zucchini, garlic, red pepper flakes, olive oil, and we're gonna use two garnishes. First, we've got basil and Parmesan cheese. And we also have a special equipment needed for this recipe. This is a spiralizer. First thing we're gonna do is trim our zucchini. We're just gonna cut off both ends. All right, guys, so let's talk about zucchini selection for this recipe, and that is not a term I think I've ever used before in a video. Bear with me. We are using a spiralizer, and this machine is super awesome. It makes the zucchini into really cool, like spirally, noodly shapes, but you don't wanna pick a wrong size or wrong shape zucchini for this machine, and you'll see why when I start doing it. I first made sure that I selected two zucchinis that were around the same thickness and also around the same shape. You wanna find ones that are as straight as possible. You don't want a very curvy zucchini, or that's gonna give you a little bit of trouble with this spiralizer. Next up, we are going to cut our zucchini into these spiral noodle shapes. So we're gonna use our spiralizer for that. Let me show you how that works. You first take your zucchini, just kind of spear it on this one end. And guys, here's a really important tip. You wanna make sure this little middle piece right here lines up right in the middle of the zucchini. And then once it's all ready to go, you just start cranking. Guys. Okay, here's another really important tip. You've got to make sure that the top is locked into place, or else that is going to happen. So let me just fix this really quickly. There's actually a little locking mechanism on the back of mine. Okay, now it's good to go. Let's try this again. Spear it in the back. Make sure it's nicely centered right in the front, and then start giving it a crank. And what you're going to see is magically these noodles just start pouring out. And look at these shapes. They actually look just like long pasta noodles. And I just keep cranking all the way till I get to the very end of the zucchini. Look at all of these zucchini noodles. Aman, get a shot of that. Look how incredible they look. Next up, we're gonna prepare our garlic. And what I wanna do here is slice the garlic super, super thin. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm gonna be putting a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and I want these super thin slices of garlic to infuse this really great garlic flavor into the oil. And I'm also gonna be adding some red pepper flakes, and I'll show you that in a sec. So let's cut super thin slices of this garlic. And I am using 4 cloves of garlic here. My recipe on my website calls for 3, but they were a little bit small, so I'm using 4. All right, guys, now we're gonna get to the cooking. So let's take 3 tablespoons of olive oil and put it in this pan. I have put the pan on a very low heat. And the reason why is because now we're gonna add our garlic slices in. And remember, these are really cut nice and thin. We want to have just enough heat so that the garlic starts to release its oils and infuse the olive oil, but we don't want such high heat that it starts to burn the garlic too quickly. So I'm actually even gonna turn it down a little bit more because it's bubbling a little bit too fast. And as this garlic is starting to saute, I'm gonna take half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, or you can do it to taste. I just kind of like do it by eye. And I'm gonna add it to the pan with the garlic. And so if we have a low enough heat here, what's gonna happen is, again, all of the oils from the garlic and the red pepper flakes are just gonna infuse this olive oil together, and it's gonna make for a super flavorful and great olive oil. Now, the one thing you wanna be looking out for here is that you don't want your garlic to burn. So just make sure that your heat is set low enough. I actually think I used too high of heat, and it's starting to crisp up a little bit too fast. So if I see any of the garlic bits that are a little bit too brown, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss them because we don't want that bitter burned garlic taste. I think we got any of the burned ones out. All right, so I'm just gonna give this maybe 1 to 2 minutes to let it really infuse. All right, so now we've got this really flavorful olive oil happening. I'm gonna toss in my zucchini noodles. And just like regular pasta, you don't wanna overcook it. You wanna cook it just till a bit al dente. And that's especially important with zucchini, because if you cook it too long, it's gonna get kind of mushy. All right, so now we're gonna give the zucchini noodles a nice toss in the oil. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit, and let's continue to toss these around. You should cook these for about 2 to 5 minutes. I know that's kind of a big span, but again, it just depends on how high or low your heat is. If it's on the lower side, I think around 5 minutes is perfect. All right, guys, so for the last step here, we're just gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Here's 1 or 2 pinches of pepper and nice big pinch of salt. One last quick toss. I mean, this recipe is literally so easy. I feel like this video is gonna be like a 2-minute long video because it's just so quick and easy to make these zucchini noodles. All right, guys, these zucchini noodles are looking so perfect. They are cooked just perfectly al dente. I cannot wait to give these a try, but before I do, if you love this recipe and you wanna see more just like it, check out my healthy recipes playlist. Okay, let's give these a try. All right, guys, so let me show you how I finish off these zucchini noodles. First, I'm gonna add a little bit of grated Parmesan. And next, I'm gonna add a little bit of chopped basil. And last but not least, I'm gonna add a little bit more red pepper flakes, just because I like it a little spicy. All right, let's see how we did. Wow. Guys, these zucchini noodles came out super perfect, just a little bit al dente. I feel like you gotta give this a try. It's such a great vegetarian recipe. It's super filling. I know you're gonna love it. I'll see you in the next video.